Hello and welcome to Qsports. I am Mamudu Gajaga and thank you very much for joining us. Coming up on tonight, so we're talking about the effects of the coronavirus leading up to match cancellations in the Italian Serie A. Also, in athletics, it was a competition and fanfare as the race for places in the National Inter-Schools Championship nears. Bansang hosted more than 20 schools for the grand finale, and it was competitive and interesting. Not the best of weeks for Gambian players across Europe, from fixture cancellations in Italy to defeat for Dembo Dabo's Skopje in the Republic of Northern Macedonia's league. Also, it is almost 1 month to go before the Gambia takes on Gabon in the double-leg Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. We spoke to Sang Dong, the technical director of the Scorpions, and he seems to be optimistic about Gambia's chances. This and many more to come on tonight's Qsports. Welcome and thanks for joining us. Now let's begin the show by taking you to Italy, the Italian Serie A, as 4 matches were cancelled on Sunday due to fears over the coronavirus. Inter Milan's home fixture against Sampdoria was among 4 Serie A fixtures on Sunday, which were postponed over fears of the spread of the coronavirus. The suspension was announced by the Italian Prime Minister Giuseppe Conte at a news conference on Saturday. And Minister of Sport Visiano Spadaro intends to cancel all matches and sporting events for Sunday in the Veneto and Lomgi regions, according to a news report. Torino versus Parma was also a fixture that was cancelled. Verona versus Cagliari was also another fixture cancelled. And finally, Atalanta were supposed to play Sassuolo, but that match was also suspended. So there's been very, very serious concerns concerning this particular issue about fears over the coronavirus in Italy, and which led to the cancellation of some of these matches. Away from that, now we talk about inter-schools athletics. More than 20 schools in the Central and Upper River region took part in the inter-schools regional qualifiers in Bansang. And these schools are looking for places, and some of the athletes were able to make their cut time into the national championship, which is going to be held next month at the Independence Stadium. But it was intense, it was competitive, and there was a lot of fanfare. Let's bring you some highlights.
I feel it's so difficult, but I just make my effort to win it by force. And I force myself because I've been training it for a long time. I can say almost 1 month ago. I've been training for it. Yeah, I'm so by the grace of Allah. Yeah, I think I'll maintain more than this also too. Yeah, and I'll make sure to have still at the first position to make my good athlete to be performing as still now well.
Okay, congratulations, you won. What's your name?
My name is Hamidu Balde, aka King. That's here is my mama land, you know, my full empire.
Yeah.
I must win my event, man. Because I've been trying and pushing hard for it. I was just waiting for this real day, man. I'm gonna make my people know that I'm a king, not a photocopy king, not a fake king. Boy, let me see the hands up.
So now the stadium, you think you are gonna win?
For real, man. I'm not preparing for here. I'm preparing for day. Nobody gonna challenge me here.
Karim Silla, you won the 800 meters run against a very strong rival, that is boy from Bansang. He said he is the king, but you won him.
No one is the king here. It is turn by turn. I am the king here. King, I am.
So is that a takeover?
It's a takeover, of course.
Are you the real king?
Yeah, I'm the real king, and I will still maintain it, inshallah.
But the bigger test is coming, that is when you will be at the stadium. How are you ready to make that possible for yourself?
Honestly, it's not easy, since we are on learning and training also. So it's not going to be easy, but inshallah I'll maintain it, and I will still be the king there. I'm coming, king.
My name is Khadijatu Iba.
Khadijatu Iba, we saw you run without even stopping, with a lot of energy, and you took force. Are you happy right now?
Yes, I am very happy, and happy to my PE teachers.
How did you make it possible? Was it difficult?
It was very difficult, but I just keep patient to complete it.
For how long have you been preparing for this?
Just after our inter-house, there is Sami Krantaba upper and senior secondary inter-house.
So now you have the qualification to go to the stadium and do a similar thing in a similar competition, that's the national level. Of course, what will you see, or what are we going to see you do there?
I'm ready to go and attend inter-school at the stadium.
Will you take force?
And I'll try by all means to make it. You
have qualified for the main event itself at the Independence Stadium. First, Tell us, how did you make that one possible for yourself?
Fine, yeah, I'm just preparing for national level there. Inshallah, I will participate. I don't have to mind for that because I haven't trained 5 months back. I'm the captain of my team. I want to show them I can do it because in this school year, I'm the one who handle the flag. So they say that the heroes never give up. So
Are you a hero?
yeah, I'm a hero. So I'm a hero because I never give up on my work.
Now let's talk about regional level. What is Bansan looking for? Last season you were the champions, and this time around, what are you looking for?
I'm looking for I'm coming to maintain the championship. Inshallah, I will do it because last year I was the champion, and this time around, since I come to senior school here, I never lose my events because what they have done for me is very much. So I cannot pay for them. You understand? So me also, what they want from me, I must give it to them, and I will going to maintain my championship. Inshallah.
Congratulations, you won the shot put. How does it feel?
I feel well. Yes, thank you. Yes.
Is this something that you've been accustomed to, something that you're used to, or this is your first time?
No, I used to it 2 times. This year is my 3 years. Yes. Last year I took first, but when I went in the stadium, I took fourth. So this year I took here first. Inshallah, I want to take first at the Independence Stadium. Yeah.
You think you would not have a greater challenge this year, knowing that you won it last year?
Yes. I don't know that these people can challenge me. I don't think, because last year those people are more bigger than these people. So I don't think it's not a challenge.
We train hard, fight easy.
Very impressed because we have seen some new schools coming into the competitions for the first time, and we are very happy that yesterday I spoke to one of the principals who said, you know, I brought only few kids to see what I will do next year. I said that was very impressive, you know, for you to try and see how many will participate and how the competition goes on. Then come next year, you'll be able to prepare yourself well. Another school, that is Chairman, they brought only 14 athletes. In fact, they went home yesterday. They didn't qualify, so they knew that, well, that is it. And they came and took leave and said, please, can we go? Because we didn't qualify for this event, and the next day will be finals. And we are not qualified. We just brought 14 athletes. So, but we are here to get experience. I said, that's good. They were released, and then we appreciated their effort of coming, and all the new schools that are coming up. You know, this is what we look for. We're looking for sportsmanship. We're looking for the schools participating, giving chance to the talented young ones to come next year.
Looking at the athletes who are competing in different events, some of them are used multiple times. Do you think this is the fault of the coaches? Because normally these are kids, and you know, at some point when they run, they will be exhausted, and if you use them too much, there could be fatigue and maybe injury.
That is what most teachers in schools do. They tend to overdo their athletes, that is overworking them. One athlete cannot do more than 5 events. Maximum, you can choose 3 events, maybe plus 1 field event or 2, right? Either way, 2, 3 ratio, right? That helps you. Rather than saying that you want to do 5 events all in track, that's going to be killing. In fact, that is, we have been advising some of them. The moment they come and we see their names very frequently, we tell them, I think you are overloading your athlete. You know, so some of them will say, well, that's all I have. I said, if what you have, take the best. If I told your athlete is good in the 100 meters and the 200 meters, stay there. You don't need to go to the 400 meters. You don't need it, because your athlete will not do the 400 meters. So stay with the 200 meters and 100 meters so that at least you do well. If the athlete will want to go for a long jump, yeah, a field event, that's good, because the field events also help. Particularly when you are doing the 100 or the 200 meters and you do a long jump, which is very good, because it's a very good skill to help you with your 100 meters.
If it is compared to that of last year, there is a lot of improvement and there is a lot of stiff competition. From records of last year, there were just only a few upper basic schools, but this time we have about 13 upper basic schools with 16 senior secondary school. And then by virtue of the competition, one can judge that there is a lot of competition going around within the schools that are participating.
So, let's talk about...
Of course, yes. By virtue of looking at the magnitude of schools competing all over the nation, especially this particular zone, where you have the schools in URR and then CRR combined, obviously there are a lot of issues, but at the end of the day, what we do is to make sure that those issues are all solved. The most important problems about what is happening is about the teachers. It's the PE teachers who are not comporting themselves, and probably it is about the sensation of the athletics competition. But what they need to do is to comport themselves and then apply the rules. And what we do is that anywhere that we have found there is some problems, we would make sure we go there and then solve the problem. Because every year we have what is called annual general meeting, where all the PE teachers and principals are invited to that meeting, where rules that are amended are already highlighted and then they are given to them. So we are prepared all the time, and when we come to the ground as well, we will call the PE teachers and the local organizing committee, and we will inform them as to the way forward, so that this time around we can go through the process as organized. Well, it's about some of the issues is about the judges, that the judges are not judging well. But imagine, my brother, if you are far away from the end point, it is difficult for you to be able to judge who has come first, who have come second. And sometimes when the student end at the end point, they will go and then misinform their teachers that I have come first and then they have given me second. So without knowing that you cannot judge yourself whilst you are in the athletic competition. If there is a stiff competition, at the end point, it is always difficult for you to determine by yourself. And then a teacher who is far away from the judge, you will not be able to say that this is the end point of the whole thing. So you need to rely on the judges. And then we are also going around from the end point to the starting point all over, so that wherever we found that there is something that is going on, we start to regulate it so that it can all go through. This is a regional competition where we are interested only about qualifiers. In giving a trophy, sometimes it creates some form of a problem, because this is not the final. This is where schools come together so that we can be able to identify qualifiers. The giving of trophy is just to make it groovy, and then so that the schools can be motivated, so that when they come they can try to participate better. But it is not part of our mandate at the zonal level to give trophies. But what we are interested is the qualifiers, so that at the national level, that's where medals and trophies are awarded to schools.
Well, we feel very excited because we have been training for the past months. It was not easy because Bansang is very hot. We were managed to train under the hot sun. That's why today we came the winner of the competition.
Now that you just finished one phase of the competition, the bigger one at the Independence Stadium, how do you see that one going?
Well, I will just tell them, let them prepare well, because I will prepare my athletes well to come and compete for the finals, and then for the regional championship. We are expecting to win the trophy this year. Yeah, inshallah. So
by going, by looking at your, looking at your own track record as an athlete, do you inspire your athletes as well?
Well, my coming to Bansang, motivate most of the athletes here, because I have lived all the way from Kombo to Bansang in order to motivate athletics in general. So that's the reason why I'm here. My presence here gives them more power this year to have the confidence that they will make it to the final, inshallah. Yeah.
Now come to the big event at the Independence Stadium. You have Bottrop, you have Mahad, you have Gambia Senior Secondary School, St. Augustine's, and all of those schools. Do you think you can compete them?
We are not scared of any school, because we are all in the same level. The trainings are different, coaches are different, but despite that, I'm here in Bansang. Let the schools in Combos, let them ready for Bansang, because it is not going to be easy for Bottrop, either Gambia or any other school. We are not afraid of any school. We are going to compete, and our aim is to take the first position. So if any school is coming to compete us, make sure that you're ready for Bansang, because we are coming for the first position.
We are now going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will talk about the Gambia's chances of qualification for the Africa Cup of Nations, or at least when they played in a double-legger against Gabon in next month's Africa Cup of Nations qualifiers. Welcome back, and thank you very much if you're just joining us. This is Qsports. The dates for the 2021 Africa Cup of Nations match between the Gambia and Gabon have been announced by the Gambia Football Federation. At the resumption of the qualifiers next month, the Scorpions will play away to the Panthers in Franceville on the 26th of March and the return leg at home on the 30th of March at the Independence Stadium. The Gambia heads Group D on 4 points jointly with Gabon, but on a better goal difference. Our Aliou Cisse has been out and about talking to the Gambia's technical director, Sangdong, who was rather optimistic about Gambia's chances, but a little bit worried about the travel arrangements.
It's just barely, as you say, less than a month before Gambia will return to action in the ongoing AFCON qualifiers. We understand the first away game is on the 26th in Gabon, and the return leg here in Banjul on the 30th. As the TD, how is the team preparing for these crucial 2 games as far as, our hopes of having the Gambia qualified to the AFCON is concerned?
National team, that's why they tell you when we talk about development of Gambian football, national team is above the developmental stage, is the icing on the cake. We do the cake, they just come and put the icing onto it. It's the national team. We have a difficult task. The first problem is playing in Gabon on the 26th, coming back playing on the 30th, matter of 3-4 days, and you know how you travel in Africa. It's going to be strenuous for our team. On the opponents, you will understand that they can hire their flights and get here, but we know the nations are not the same. We are all in FIFA and CAF and whatever, we all play for, well, we are different. They can hire flights, but for us, we have to shuttle back home, and it will take us at least a day or 2. Getting here with 1 day preparation play the next day is going to be very difficult. But we've got a chance that we haven't had for a very long time. When I coached the national team, I used to tell people, any day that we can count on players playing in Italy, Spain, England, and so on, then we can think about qualifying. We're getting close. It's not ready yet, but we're getting very close. When we coached the national team, we had most of our players coming from the junior leagues and so on with 3, 4, 5. But now we can count on over 30 players that are ready to be, they're all waiting for selections. So it's a very good opportunity. All we need now is we all work hard and we pray that we'll have at least 2 wins. It doesn't matter whether it's home or away, we are sure of going to the Cup of Nations.
And finally, now to Gambian players who are plying their trade in Europe. Dembo Dabo misses 3 clear-cut chances for his side Skopje in a 2-1 away defeat to KF Robotniki in the Republic of Macedonia's First Division League. In Italy, Bologna has a last-gasp equalizer to rescue a point at home to Udinese. Gambian players Musa Barrow and Musa Juara had their contributions toward the build-up to the equalizer. With that, we say thank you very much for watching Q Sports, and we hope you enjoyed the program. Until we come your way next week, keep on sporting, and bye for now.